Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. Minkah Fitzpatrick's journey in the NFL has come full circle. After spending nearly 5 impactful seasons with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the All-Pro safety finds himself back in Miami, the team that originally drafted him in the first round of the 2018 NFL Draft. His return isn't just a nostalgic homecoming, it's a calculated move for both the player and the organization. When the Dolphins agreed to bring Fitzpatrick back via trade, it marked a significant shift in their strategy, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But the most intriguing part of this story isn't the trade itself, it's what followed. Fitzpatrick, still one of the most respected safeties in the league, agreed to restructure his contract. This wasn't a cash grab or a power play, it was a gesture of mutual trust. By converting some of his 2025 salary into a signing bonus, Fitzpatrick gave the Dolphins critical cap flexibility while securing a bit more certainty about his role and future. Interestingly, this restructured deal didn't include any new years. No extensions, no guarantees beyond what was already there. That tells us something crucial. Fitzpatrick isn't just betting on his talent, he's betting on his fit in Miami. For a player of his caliber to forego pushing for additional years and guaranteed money suggests a level of confidence not just in himself, but in what the Dolphins are building. He's signaling that he wants to be more than a stopgap or a hired gun. Fitzpatrick sees himself as part of Miami's long-term core, and he's willing to prove it on the field. That's the mindset of a competitor, not a contract chaser. I just wanted to know that I was going to be here for more than a season, he said in a statement that resonates with purpose. He's not just back, he's all in, and now he's out to earn that full commitment from the franchise. And let's not forget what kind of player we're talking about here. Fitzpatrick isn't some aging veteran clinging to his last contract. He's 28 years old, still in the prime of his career, and already has 5 Pro Bowl selections under his belt. His football IQ range and ball hawking instincts have made him one of the most feared safeties in the game when he's at his best. But the past 2 seasons in Pittsburgh weren't exactly his finest. 1 interception over 2 years has raised eyebrows, and fair or not, that kind of stat line puts pressure on a guy, especially one with an average annual value of $18.25 million. That number puts him in elite company among NFL safeties, but it also puts a target on his back. And now, with a return to familiar surroundings in Miami, the expectation is clear. Return to all-pro form or risk seeing your value slide. Still, Fitzpatrick isn't running from those expectations. He's embracing them. And the Dolphins, for their part, are hoping this move unlocks a new level for their secondary. With Jalen Ramsey and Jevon Holland already in the mix, the addition of Fitzpatrick creates a versatile, high IQ backend that can give even the most dangerous passing attacks fits. And make no mistake, in today's NFL, that's a necessity, not a luxury. Miami knows the road to the playoffs and beyond runs through quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen. You can't win shootouts against those guys every week. You have to be able to make timely stops, force turnovers, and disguise coverage schemes that leave offenses guessing. That's what Fitzpatrick brings to the table when he's locked in, and the Dolphins are banking on that version showing up early and often in 2025 financially. The move was a shrewd one for Miami. By restructuring the deal and creating $11 million in immediate cap space, they gave themselves the kind of breathing room that could prove vital as the season progresses. Whether it's signing a mid-season, reinforcement, or extending a breakout player before they hit free agency, having that financial flexibility is crucial. But there's a flip side. That restructuring also inflated Fitzpatrick's cap number for 2026. In other words, if Miami doesn't figure out a long-term extension with him, they'll be staring at a massive financial hit. It's a calculated gamble, one that puts even more pressure on both sides to come to the table next offseason. For Fitzpatrick, that means one thing: ball out this year. And the money, the years, the long-term security, it's all going to follow. Fitzpatrick's desire for stability makes sense when you consider how turbulent the early years of his career were. Drafted by Miami in 2018, he asked for a trade just 1 year later, frustrated by the way he was being utilized in then-coach Brian Flores' system. That trade request sent shockwaves through the league and landed him in Pittsburgh, where he immediately flourished. He became the centerpiece of their secondary and one of the most vocal leaders on that defense. But like all things in the NFL, situations evolve. And when Miami called this summer, offering not just a return to South Beach, but a role that suited his skill set and a chance to lead again, Fitzpatrick saw something different this time around. He saw a new coaching staff, a better scheme fit, and a team that's knocking on the door of contention. And perhaps most importantly, he saw a second chance, not just to rewrite the end of his Dolphins chapter, but to build something lasting. What's striking about Fitzpatrick's demeanor now is how much more mature and intentional he seems. Gone is the young, frustrated player from 2019 who felt boxed in by a scheme that didn't highlight his talents. In his place is a veteran who knows exactly what he brings to the table and what it takes to be a leader on and off the field. He's not demanding the spotlight, but he's ready for it. He's not asking for blind loyalty from the organization. He's ready to earn it. That mindset paired with his talent makes him a dangerous player in 2025. He's got something to prove, and he's got the perfect stage to do it. And if things break right, this could be the beginning of a new chapter in Miami where Fitzpatrick isn't just a key contributor, he's a foundational piece. Of course, talk is cheap in the NFL. Every offseason is filled with feel-good stories, comeback narratives, and lofty goals. But none of it means anything if the performance doesn't match the promise. That's what makes this upcoming season so pivotal for Fitzpatrick. He knows what's at stake. The Dolphins know it too. It's not just about proving a trade was worth it. It's about validating a vision for what this defense can be with. Fitzpatrick leading the way. If he plays to his potential, Miami's defense could go from good to elite. If he doesn't, the team could be facing tough decisions in 2026. That's the razor's edge Fitzpatrick now walks. But based on everything we've heard from him and everything we've seen in the past, it's a challenge he welcomes. He didn't come back to fade away quietly. He came back to dominate. And let's be real, this isn't just another contract year for Fitzpatrick. This is a legacy year. He already has the accolades, the Pro Bowls, the stats. What he's chasing now is something deeper. Long-term stability, a place where he can finish what he started and maybe even a ring to go with it. Miami offers all of that, but it won't be handed to him. He'll have to earn it every snap, every game, and if he does, don't be surprised if the Dolphins lock him up with a deal that ensures he never has to put on another jersey again. That's the vision Fitzpatrick sees. That's the opportunity that lies ahead. It's rare in the NFL for a player to get a second chance with the team that drafted him. Minkah Fitzpatrick has that chance. Now it's on him to seize it and shape the future on his terms. So here we are on the cusp of a new NFL season, and all eyes are on Miami's secondary. The talent is undeniable. The pressure is real, but so is the opportunity. For Minkah Fitzpatrick, this season isn't just about statistics or accolades. It's about reestablishing a bond with a franchise he once left behind. It's about leadership, resilience, and redemption. If he delivers, the Dolphins' bet will look like a masterstroke. If he falters, well, this league moves fast and memories are short. But for now, there's a sense of optimism in South Florida. The kind that only comes when a star returns home, not just to finish what he started, but to begin again. Fitzpatrick isn't here to be a footnote. He's here to leave a legacy. And if his play matches his words, that legacy could stretch far beyond 2026. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? There's a buzz echoing through Miami that you can't ignore. Not the hum of the waves or the vibrant nightlife. This is different. It's the sound of speculation, celebration, and anticipation. At the center of it all, none other than Keenan Allen. Yes, you heard it right. The veteran wide receiver, known for his elite route running and sticky hands, is at the heart of one of the juiciest rumors circulating in the NFL world right now. Allen has reportedly touched down in Miami, and not just for vacation. Sources close to the Dolphins organization are whispering about a possible union that could shift the balance of power in the AFC East. While nothing has been confirmed officially, the signs are there, and fans are already imagining Allen in aqua and orange. It's the kind of rumor that doesn't just cause a stir, it sends shockwaves through the league. Keenan Allen's arrival in Miami wasn't a quiet, under-the-radar move either. No, this was something else entirely. Local insiders described a scene that felt more like a celebration than a routine arrival. We're talking music, fans with jerseys, cameras flashing, the whole 9 yards. It almost felt like a welcoming party for someone already part of the family. Now, was this just Dolphins fans being hopeful, or do they know something the rest of us don't? There's been chatter that Allen has long admired the Dolphins' offensive system, particularly the speed and spacing that Mike McDaniel brings to the table. Could he be envisioning himself alongside Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? Imagine that trio. Hill's burst, Waddle's agility, and Allen's precision, a nightmare for defensive coordinators. It's all speculation, of course, but the excitement is real, and the pieces on the board are starting to move. Something's up, and the football world is watching. Some insiders are suggesting that this potential move has been in the works longer than we think. According to whispers from league circles, the Dolphins have had their eye on Allen for months. Quiet inquiries, subtle back-channel conversations, all the hallmarks of a franchise playing chess, not checkers. It makes sense when you consider the Dolphins' current trajectory. They're not in rebuild mode, they're in win-now mode. After making the playoffs and showing flashes of brilliance, Miami's front office knows they're just a few pieces away from serious contention. Keenan Allen, even at this stage of his career, could be that piece. A veteran with playoff experience, leadership qualities, and the kind of consistency that makes third downs automatic. The Dolphins may see him as the missing link. The steady presence who can elevate Tua Tagovailoa's game and unlock new dimensions in an already dangerous offense. If this is real, it's bold, very bold. But here's where things get even more intriguing. Allen isn't just any wide receiver. He's a player who changes the dynamic of a locker room. Everywhere he's been, from college to the Chargers, he's commanded respect not just for his talent, but for his football IQ and leadership. Imagine the mentorship he could provide for younger players like Waddle. Imagine the conversations in a wide receivers room, the film sessions, the competitive edge. This wouldn't just be about on-field production. It would be a culture move. And culture, especially under Coach McDaniel, matters in Miami. The Dolphins have been methodical in shaping a roster not just with stars, but with the right personalities. Allen, by most accounts, fits that mold. He's mature, driven, and thrives. Under pressure, while the rumors are still just that, rumors, the fit feels almost too perfect to ignore. You start to wonder, is this really just speculation, or is it a soft launch for something bigger? Of course, nothing is ever simple in the NFL. Cap space, locker room dynamics, contract structures, all of these come into play. Allen isn't cheap, and the Dolphins already have significant money tied up in their offensive weapons. So how would a potential deal even work? That's the million-dollar question. Some analysts believe Miami might be looking at creative cap solutions. Could it involve a restructuring, a short-term, incentive-laden deal, or perhaps a move that sends a current high-salary player elsewhere? Names like Cedric Wilson Jr. or even Durham Smythe have been floated as possible trade chips. Others think the Dolphins might be betting on the league's rising salary cap to make room. Whatever the case, if there's a will, there's a way. And it's clear Miami's front office has been aggressive in recent years. If they believe Allen is the key, don't be surprised if they move heaven and earth to make it happen. Fans naturally are split. Some are ecstatic at the possibility, already photoshopping Allen in Dolphins gear and fantasizing about playoff glory. Others are more cautious, pointing to Allen's age and injury history. It's a fair concern. Keenan isn't the same 25-year-old phenom who broke out in San Diego. He's a savvy veteran now, who's missed time in recent seasons. But what he may lack in youthful explosion, he more than makes up for in technique, timing, and toughness. He's the kind of guy who knows how to get open even when the defense knows he's the target. And in critical moments, red zone trips, 2-minute drills, third and longs, that matters. It's a gamble, sure. But if Miami is looking to get over the hump, maybe it's a gamble worth taking. After all, championships are won by taking risks. And this might just be the Dolphins' moment to swing big. Media coverage is already heating up. National outlets are picking up the story. Analysts are debating the potential fit, and talk shows are buzzing with hypotheticals. What would Allen's arrival mean for Tyreek Hill's targets? Would this take pressure off Tua or add more? Is this a sign Miami's all in on 2025? These questions are dominating headlines, and rightly so. In a league that moves fast and hits hard, any move involving a name like Keenan Allen is going to grab attention. But what makes this situation unique is how organic it all feels. No press releases, no leaks from agents. Just a wave of rumors sparked by one high-profile arrival and a lot of suspicious smiles. In today's NFL, where smoke often means fire, it's hard not to read into it. One thing is certain. If the Dolphins are making a move, they're doing it with intention. And that should make everyone else nervous. Even former players are weighing in. A handful of Dolphins legends have taken to social media to tease the possibility. One tweet read, "Keenan in Miami, that would be nasty." Another simply said, "Don't sleep on what's brewing in South Florida." When former pros start dropping cryptic posts, fans listen. It fuels the rumor mill and raises the stakes. But it's not just the Dolphins fan base reacting. Around the league, rival fans are already bracing for the possibility. Patriots fans dread another weapon in their division. Jets fans still unsure of their own offensive identity, fear being outpaced. And the Bills, let's just say they're paying very close attention. Because if this move happens, if Allen really does become a Dolphin, the AFC East becomes even more unpredictable. Every team has firepower, but this would give Miami something unique. Experience, steadiness, and a clutch gene you can't teach. That's no small thing. Timing is everything, and this rumor couldn't come at a more pivotal moment. Training camp is ramping up. Teams are finalizing rosters, installing plays, and locking in their core units. If Allen is indeed on the verge of joining the Dolphins, he needs to integrate quickly. But here's the thing. Allen's football IQ is off the charts. He's the kind of player who can walk into a playbook and understand its rhythm instantly. Combine that with Miami's fast-paced, spread-it-around approach, and you've got a potential match made in football heaven. And don't forget, Allen's presence would also take some pressure off Tua. With another reliable option on the field, defenses would be forced to pick their poison. Blitz less, drop more. It all opens up the playbook. So while the rumor may still be in its early stages, the timing feels strategic. If something's going down, it's happening soon. So here we are, a rumor, a celebration, and a fan base buzzing louder by the minute. Is Keenan Allen really about to join the Miami Dolphins? Or is this all just smoke with no fire? We've seen this story before, of course. A high-profile player visits a city, smiles for the cameras, and then signs elsewhere. But something about this feels different. The energy, the timing, the whispers from people who usually stay silent. It all hints at something more. Whether it ends in a contract signing or not, this moment has already made waves. It's shown us that Miami is serious, that they're hunting for something more than just playoff appearances. They want rings. And maybe, just maybe, Keenan Allen wants one too. Stay tuned, because if the Dolphins land this move, we won't just be talking about a big signing. We'll be witnessing the start of something electric in South Beach. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up!